India has about 1.5 million US job that has been done from India for US big companies. I think we can do the same thing in Bangladesh. It's no doubt about anybody. I don't think anybody will doubt that we can. We just need some guidance, some big business basically. If you are thinking about why US big companies will go to Bangladesh unless we have some capabilities. Because when you are talking to companies like GE, they have 14,000 people in India doing all kind of IT support, application development, which we use here for banking, for insurance business. All this big processing is done in the US, is done from back office in India, right? And Bangladesh is next to India with 160 million people. I think we have many bright people in our colleges. And forget about BUET. If I take it, Rajshahi University, Khulna University, Chittagong University, there are tons of people. And for IT, you really don't need rocket scientists. There are so many jobs. Just looking at the monitor can make $50 an hour that US companies pay here. And India pays probably $25. We can do it in Bangladesh for $15. And that can create lots of jobs. That goal is like Bangladesh is a very small country. If you think about the problems that we are going to see after 20 years, where and how we're going to live. There are, right now, 160 million people. It will be about 250 million people in 2030 or maybe 2040. Can the country support this? How the country, do we have enough resources? I think IT is a great resource. IT industry can feed a lot of these jobs and create a lot of these job opportunities. We are very cheap labor in Bangladesh. Our people are very tenacious and hardworking. We know that because look at how we build ship. We're breaking ship. We're fixing the ship. How we are doing. Our women are working in the garment sectors. There are like 3-4 million people are working in the garment sector. So I think the next boom we should take, and we should really push hard. How can we grow this IT industry? How can we put jobs, create jobs for simple average people that are coming out from college? We have probably 700,000 people coming out of universities every year. And if we can do something to create the job for the world market, the world is now, it's a small one village. People, doesn't matter if I work from Atlanta or I work from Patna. I can work from Khulna or I can work from Silicon Valley. Nobody cares, right? Where are you working? If you pick up the phone in AT&T, probably people from Philippines are answering the call. Probably Mumbai or Hyderabad, Bangalore. I want to see that can happen in Dhaka, and that can help our economy, our society. We can create, grow GDP in Bangladesh. I think that is the goal, and for business-wise, we have put together a plan. I think if we become successful in this venture, it can create big opportunities for our people. So far, as a simple, basic, average engineer myself, when I started the business, I did not know anything about business. I was very young. I went to get married in '98. Some guys from BUET approached me saying, "You are in USA, you work for Delta Airlines. Can you give us some job? We have a company in Bangladesh, and this is our credential." I looked at the credential. These guys have taken Asia Programming Contest Award, first prize from BUET in whole Asia, competing with university from IIT, from university from Singapore, and all of this. I looked at, my goodness, and I saw the headlines in the news. These are like the golden son of Bangladesh. I was very motivated. All the money I had at that time, I just said, I'm giving it to you, and let's create a company in Bangladesh. That's in back '98. I thought because we are cheap in Bangladesh, we probably will get a lot of jobs in Bangladesh, like a young non-business person will think. That's what I did. Without a business plan, created the venture out of my feelings. And later on, I went through lots of problems to create, and you know how difficult it is. Forget about buying a gas station, running that. Creating an IT operation based in Atlanta with employees in Bangladesh, employees in California, it is very tough job. So 2008, after 10 years of doing that, in the meantime, I have outsourced lots of jobs, about 40 different projects in Bangladesh, from companies like Neptune Technology Group that manufactures water meter in our house in the US. They're the majority. We build a software for them from Bangladesh. We build a software for GE the last 2 projects to analyze water treatment and their ERP systems. So I have created 25 jobs through that previous company, and then my current company, we have 25 people. So right now 50 people are working, and they're very high paid because of our company initiative. The current situation of the company is it's growing. I'm getting lots of support from our community, which are always, we hear bad thing about our community. We hear corruption in our country. We hear a lot of things, but I think the community, if you can show them something good, if you are honest, if you have the highest integrity, I think we can bring people together. We have so far 70, 80 people that are contributed, invested in our company, small, some are large, and it is growing. And I think as the company grows, we can probably create a good company that can create lots of opportunity. That is the goal of, that is the vision, and that is the mission. It's not about money. It's not, I am myself, I was well aware, but why I took this challenging path, and I missed the last 10 years of my life, no vacation, nothing, just to actually make something happen. And right now we are at a point, inshallah, it's growing very, very nicely, and we have, last 7 months we work on a product that's becoming very hot in not only Bangladesh or Indian community, it's in the US, the main Silicon Valley kind of market. I think if we make success on this product, it will give a really very reputable brand recognition for Bangladesh. Then we will be able to say this was cooked in Bangladesh.
At the National Retail Show, which is the big show for all the top tier retailers, the Walmarts down to Kohl's and Old Navy and all the general retailers. And we got very good feedback at that show. It helped us tune the product, the messaging. We got excellent feedback. And I'll say also that I've worked with a lot of offshore development organizations, and our development organization in Bangladesh is top-notch. Those guys are agile, they're flexible, and they're passionate about what they do. So it's a privilege to work with that team. They've done a lot in a short amount of time, and we have high expectations of them going forward. We're trying to raise money. We're in the process of raising what I would say seed capital to get to launch. That's about $1.5 million, and that seems to be going quite well. We should have that wrapped up by September. We have lots of interested investors at this time. The statistics on smartphone adoption is by September, 53% of the US will have a smartphone. So the computing technology has moved from our desktop to our laptop to here. And this is where FreebeePay plays, right? So as you see our business plan, we're planning for a loss this year as we get the product ready for market, and then we'll scale or ramp the company, and that's a ramp with partners and ourselves and our direct sales force, and then scaling the company. We're trying to be conservative on our numbers here. There are some companies that have been around for 2 years that have $100 million in revenue and $1 billion market valuation. That's not what we're saying. We're trying to be conservative and careful about how we roll this out, so we spend our money wisely. We are a SaaS company, and I know there's a lot of IT folks out there. So that means our retailers and our merchants pay per month. They pay us per month. So it's a recurring revenue model. So that's the revenue model that keeps giving forever. It's not a license model where they pay one time and you're depending on maintenance revenue. So that's a plus.
Customer into the loyalty program by taking their phone numbers, and then it will be shareable to Facebook and Twitter. That's why the merchant has a dashboard, the consumer has a dashboard, and then we have all the partners, content partners like coupons.com, savings.com. Those guys can also feed us coupons that we can, and then point of sale systems will be integrated to make all this work, which is POS systems, and then payment is also integrated in our back end, and customer database, coupons database, and charity database. So that's the whole platform, and there are lots of code underneath it to make it work, right?